So after hiding away for a week, Joe Biden finally reappeared. He came back into the public eye after installing a high-tech webcam and lighting in his domicile. He went on a bunch of networks and he embarrassed himself on 3 different networks on 3 separate occasions in the same day. Nothing I say can prepare you for this amount of cringe. It's really bad. So we're going to go through these clips one by one. It hurts. It really hurts. I have no words. We just have to show you the clip. That's it. So the first one, he was on The View. I mean, not actually there on the table with the rest of the clowns, but, doing a teleconferencing thing, which he finally figured out. So he was on The View, and take a look at what he said. All right. And get your dictionaries out because we're going to need them.
This is Sarah Haynes. In Hot Topics, we talked about Trump saying the government would reassess the recommended period for keeping businesses shut and people at home. Are you at all concerned, as Trump said, that we cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself?
We have to take care of the cure. That will make the problem worse no matter what.
What? We have to take care of the cure? That will make the problem worse no matter what. Yo. I don't know. Like, I just don't know what to say to that. I'm still trying to figure it out. This is like beyond a George Bush gaffe, Remember how George Bush would say dumb crap? I have no words. If you are able to decipher and decrypt this mystery, there is a team at Cambridge waiting for your analysis. Please let them know. Okay? Now, on top of that, Joe Biden was also on with Tape Jacker or Jape Tacker, whatever you want to call it. And you just got to watch Biden do his thing, man.
I have not talked to any individual. Excuse me.
You're supposed to cough into your elbow. I don't know, sir. I learned that actually covering your White House.
Actually, that's true. But fortunately, I'm alone in my home. But that's okay.
All right.
I agree. You're right.
You should it's kind of old school to do it with your hand. Do it into your elbow. You're supposed to do it.
Thank you.
Let me.
Okay, look, man. We all screw up. I'm just going to chalk that human error, and I'm not going to say too much on it because what I'm about to show you next is way worse. Okay? Oh boy. So after that, remember, this is all during the same day, okay? So they thought that, we can take Joe Biden out of the closet and, throw him onto all these major news networks, and suddenly he's going to be back in the public eye. Oh! Not a good idea. So after that, Joe Biden went on MSNBC. Yes, MSNBC. A true bastion of journalism and objectivity. And what you're about to witness was really just pure cringe. So take a look.
We have never failed to respond to a crisis as a people. And I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
Those poor people who've lost, anyway. What? What the fuck was that? What was that? Is he talking about the Great Depression? Is he talking about World War II? Is he talking about Pearl Harbor? I have no idea what timeline this is. Anyway. I'm just going to start doing that now myself. Thank you for this trick, Mr. Biden. When I lose my train of thought, I say, Anyway, you know the thing. You dog-faced pony soldier. Also, just look at the way that she's nodding and smiling. Like, she can tell that this guy is having trouble getting words out. He's just trying her best not to embarrass him. Oh my God. Don't worry. We're not done. I saved the best for last because I love you guys. So I saved the best for last. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Malarkey.
Trouble. We should be making those masks. We should be moving on those ventilators. We can do that. Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
Donald Trump was asked
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, probably best I don't.
What? She's like, go ahead. And he's like, no, probably best I don't. Dude, this is painful. Oh, this is painful. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's like, okay, right. Do you like oatmeal? This is what Joe Biden has been doing during his debates, if you remember. He cut himself off before his time was up. I better stop. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what he was talking about. I don't understand what happened here. Was he criticizing Trump? He called him a yo-yo? And then he's like, oh no, I best not. Oh dear goodness me, sir. Goodness, you called him a yo-yo. That's quite egregious. I can't do that. I'm going to lose my mind. You were here on television to converse. You're running for president. You are supposed to speak. People are supposed to listen to you. What do you mean you best not? It's not nap time. It's time to fight. It's time to fight. You keep talking about, oh, Donald Trump is the most dangerous president in history. And I'm going to restore the soul of the nation and dignity to the White House. How? By saying, I best not. Man, this is painful. It's really egregious to watch. And again, now you know why his campaign is hiding him away. They just can't put him in public. He keeps embarrassing himself over and over and over and over again. My goodness, if he did anywhere near the amount of public appearances that Bernie Sanders does, I really, really don't think that it would be helping his standing in the primary as of now. This guy is an abomination, and he's an embarrassment to himself, and his campaign have been keeping him locked away. And I just find it so funny that the one day that they finally decide to, take him out of the closet, get a ventriloquist, put him in front of the camera, he embarrasses himself on every single network that he goes to. Oh, this guy is either talking gibberish or he's not talking. After these embarrassing performances, his campaign canceled his appearance for yesterday. Wow, I wonder why. Could it be that Joe Biden doesn't know how to speak and keeps losing his train of thought and keeps having his stutter come out of the blue and can't hold a normal conversation with a journalist and expects to win the presidency? Could it be that? Could it be that he has dementia or some kind of cognitive issues? I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess here, a shot in the dark. What does Joe Biden have to do that is so important he had to cancel his event in the middle of a global pandemic, in the middle of his bid for the presidency? What is so important that Joe Biden disappeared for a week? Could it be that he is an embarrassment to himself? I think we all know the answer to that. He's giving away free ads to Donald Trump at this rate. He really is. And this is not even the worst. I mean, guys, look, this is part of a larger pattern here that we've been seeing for months now, where Joe Biden is blurting out dumb crap, where he's making a fool of himself, confusing his wife for his sister, confusing the office that he's running for, saying he's running for the Senate. Like I said, he had to cancel his appearance the next day after these embarrassments. Lately, Bernie Sanders said that if there is a debate in April, he will participate, which is good. That means he's not dropping out. He's not going anywhere. And Joe Biden replied to that statement today. Okay, and look what he said. Biden says Democrats have had enough debates after Sanders commits to April showdown. Okay, so Biden says that he has had enough, quote unquote. Yeah, and he says, my focus is just dealing with the crisis right now. I haven't thought about any more debates. I think we've had enough debates. I think we should get on with this. Oh, of course, forgive me. Joe Biden's focus is dealing with this crisis. That's right. Like when he disappeared for a week. Like when he goes on CNN, MSNBC, The View, and then can't even string together a coherent sentence. Of course, guys, we have to cut him some slack. He's dealing with the crisis. This guy is missing in action during a pandemic. He is doing anything but dealing with this crisis. What the fuck is Biden doing? Biden is a joke. And he's a fucking fraud. And just like we call out Donald Trump for lying, just like we call out Donald Trump for being an idiot, we have to do the same thing with this guy. He is an absolute abomination. Bernie Sanders, meanwhile, is making public appearances almost every day. I mean, we're talking about live streams, obviously, in quarantine, doing videos constantly, uploading every day, live streaming every day. The guy is fundraising. He raised $2 million just a few days ago for coronavirus relief. When did Joe Biden raise $2 million? Huh? When was Joe Biden doing live streams every day and trying to do roundtables with other politicians and talk about this pandemic? Where was Joe Biden? I thought he's taking care of this crisis. I thought he's focusing on this pandemic. This is pathetic, man. Come on. Not only is that a pathetic excuse and a flat out lie, he lies. It's really indicative of how much disdain the Democratic Party and the Democratic establishment actually have for democracy. Initially, the DNC had scheduled 12 debates. We've had 11. So what about that 12th debate? What about having a dialogue? What about conversing? What about selling yourself to voters? You don't think that's important? You don't want to do that? Running for president, for the highest office in the country, interviewing for the most important job, you don't want to debate. Oh, I forgot, you're dealing with the crisis by staying out of the public eye. This guy is a joke, he's an embarrassment, and he is unfit and ill-equipped for any elected position, never mind president. How long are his campaign going to keep the strategy up? Okay, he wins the nomination, let's say. And then what? You think Donald Trump is going to cut him slack? Donald Trump was trolling him the day he announced his candidacy. Donald Trump is not going to cut you slack. Donald Trump is going to point out the fact that you are missing in action.
Look at this. Look at this. A happy hour with Joe Biden. Oh, yes, because everybody is just basking in happiness during a global pandemic in quarantine. Yes, no malarkey, no exceptions. So basically, he ended up doing a live stream, and I think there were about 2,800 people who were watching, whereas, Bernie Sanders regularly gets tens, hundreds of thousands of people watching his live streams, millions once they're posted. When I saw this, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a meme.
There are people out there right now who are sitting down. They are seeing, oh, I have a choice between Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. And I'm going to pick the guy who can't speak. I'm going to pick the guy who has dementia. I'm going to pick the guy who's a war criminal. I'm going to pick the guy who voted for NAFTA. I'm going to pick the guy who has sold out the American people his entire political career. There are actual people who are making that choice now. What a fucking embarrassment. And that fact is way more concerning than Joe Biden and his campaign, that there are actual people out there, adults, who are making this decision. That is fucking frightening. Joe Biden is focusing on this crisis. He literally said, Joe Biden said, I don't want to fight with Donald Trump over coronavirus. What? Hold on a second. Donald Trump is handling this absolutely terribly. If you gave a damn about people's health, if you actually gave a damn about fighting this crisis, you would be ripping your hair out over what Donald Trump is doing. You would be busting your chops like Bernie Sanders is. What do you mean you don't want to fight with him over it? Have you lost your goddamn mind? Of course he doesn't want to fight with him, because at the end of the day, all these people are in the same club. It's a big club and you ain't in it. Remember that.